Okay, a very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Max. I'm the sales engineer of TDS. I'll be your host today, and once again, welcome back to our TDS webinar. Today, we will be talking about robotics and digitalization made easy. On behalf of TDS, I'd like to extend a very warm welcome to all of you. Thank you for allocating your time to attend this webinar. Okay, for those who have questions, our Q&A sessions will be held after the last speaker has spoken. So in case anyone has forgotten your questions, you may just type them inside the chat room, okay? And we will answer it one by one after the last speaker has spoken. Okay, and a gentle reminder to all our audience, okay? Kindly switch off your camera mode and mute your mic, okay? In case any unnecessary noise or FaceTime image were to pop up during the webinar, okay? Thank you very much for your cooperations. Okay, I'd like to introduce to everyone our new UVC AGV, which has the technology to kill virus and germs. When the robot is not operating, you may use the top camera as a temperature reading of people going to your company. So it will alert any person that is high in temperatures. So, okay, it's a small video.
UVC is a proven disinfectant against COVID-19 virus. Introducing Cobot, an anti-epidemic robot. Disinfecting your office during after office hours without the need for any human supervision. Scanning temperature of employees during office hours. With 6 UV lamps and a UV power of 180 watts, Cobot does a 360 degrees omnidirectional irradiation. Using shortwave UVC, Cobot is capable of destroying viruses, DNA and RNA in just minutes. Contacts us for more information.
Okay, thank you. So for those who are interested in our UVC AGV robots, kindly email to us and we will send you more info about it. And for those who are not familiar with our with our company products, I have displayed up all the brands up here. Okay, we are the authorized distributors for the following brands. If you have any projects but you are unsure of which product and specs to choose, just speak to us directly and we will guide you slowly in choosing the best product for your applications. Okay, sometimes you do not want to overspend on products that you are not fully utilizing. So just speak to us, we will guide you. Okay. And for those who have missed out our past webinar, not to worry, we just subscribe to our TDS YouTube channel. I have already there's a QR code right at the top right corner. So just scan it and it will bring you to our TDS YouTube channel page. And remember to click subscribe so that you can view all our past recorded webinars videos. And we will be also uploading some of our latest new projects. Okay. So for our next week webinar, we have invited speakers from OnRobot to talk about their intelligent grippers as well as their newly launched camera products, slightly better than 2D by able to detect the thickness of the product. They call it the 2.5D camera. Okay. And followed by Mitsubishi, will be sharing more information about products like PLC, Moto, and also their latest products. So remember to sign up when the registration link is ready. Okay, so that's about it for me. Thank you. So let me get ready. Okay, now I like to invite it from Universal Robots to share more information regarding UR Plus functions, how it can benefit user in choosing the right accessories for your applications. Hi, it. If you are ready.
Hi, Max. Yes, I'm ready. Give me a minute.
Okay, sure.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
No. waiting for it
Yeah,
to
the
be
full
full
screen
screen.
mode now.
Yes, it is full. Yes,
Yeah.
you may start. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. So I'm X from Universal Robots. What I'm with you today is about Universal Robots on how we can ensuring fast ROI using one of the differentiation platform that we have, which we call Universal Robot Plus. And what I'm going to share with you today is why we use cobots, the application selections, and how we can help you to ensure ROI in your investment. Right. So I'm going to cover the first topic first on why you use cobots or collaborative robots. Collaborative robots have been introduced in the market for 10 plus years. It's a fairly new technology um, that was introduced by you in 2008 that we first introduced the first collaborative robots in the market. There's a lot of reasons that people are moving towards collaborative robots because of its small size that you don't take up a lot of footprint, very easy to integrate. One of the main reason is, of course, it can actually work very safe together with the most valuable asset you have, which is your employee. And of course, on development perspective, the collaborative robots generally is much easier to program compared to how traditional industrial robots work. All right. So we believe robotics future is collaborative robots, and end user can do it yourself in the future. Right. If you ask me, I think the collaborative robots is kind of at a startup or infant stage today. And I think the technology will continue to evolve in the future. If you look at how market in the market today, right? 3 to 5 of manufacturers actually shared with us that they do have a skill shortage, right? And and we do hear from company, especially I think during this pandemic period, even Singapore government is talking about self-sufficiency in terms of the food, right? And we do see a lot of urban farming. All this are actually create. So there's some reshoring that's happening. But even if you're not doing reshoring, or you might be operating in some of the neighborhood countries, you might want to look at robots, automations or technologies into the investment that you have into the areas that you're actually investing on manufacturing or where you're doing business. All right. And of course, how can you increase productivity by maintaining the same workforce that you have? So, take example, if you have this much of order today, but by not adding more headcount, right, or how can you actually bring productivity to another level that you want, right? That's one of the areas that why people are actually looking at robotics. So, today, only less than 10% of jobs are fully automatable. Of course, manufacturers always want to do it more, right? So the robotics automation is actually one way of doing things that is much more flexible and much more easier to deploy in the market today. So the simple installations in terms of plug and produce, I'm going to share you a few steps over here on how you can actually install UR collaborative robots over here, right? To set up and manage the UR3, you can see in the picture what you need to do is to screw a robot, and generally there's only 4 screws that you need to screw at the base. And going to add on a third-party accessories, right? And that is what I'm going to touch on today on the Universal Robot Plus. On the grippers, vision cameras, lifters, or linear guide, etc. All those are third-party accessories that we're going to chat a bit more today, right? That you can easily attach on the 2 end over there, and then connect the cable from the robots to the controller. So generally, there's only one cable that you need to connect over here to have the robot's arm communicate with the controller. The next things that you need to do is to plug into a power supply, right? Robots needs power, and all UR robots are running on single-phase power supply on 110 to 220, right? So generally, you can actually run a robot in an office environment, lab, or in a traditional manufacturing environment, okay? And now you are ready to operate the robots, and that's how easy in terms of installations and plug and produce the robots, the collaborative robots installations. I'm going to touch a bit on a product range that we have. So Universal Robots, we have two product line that you can see over here. We have the CB3 series. That is what we have in the pipeline for several years already. And 2 years ago, we actually introduced the flagship products, which we call the E series. And we have put in a lot of investment, R&D, and as you can see over here on the E series comparison with the CB3 robots, we have also added in a new products, which is the UR16E into the product line, while it's not in the CB series. So if you are embarking on cobots automations, E series can be one of the areas that are tools that you can explore. But if you're doing very simple applications and you're looking for just enough tools, so the CB3 series will be able to fit you as well. All right. So share a bit more on UR perspective. We are present in, we are Danish cobots manufacturer. We're present in 16 countries. Our head office resides in Odense, Denmark. We have 29 offices globally. So we are globally present. We have an Asia Pacific headquarters and Southeast Asia and Oceania operations in Singapore over here, located at Science Park 2. Globally, we work with our channel partners across all the region, right? So we have 300 old partners. We are leaders in terms of collaborative robots, and we have 65 patents. So in terms of market share perspective, UR is by far the largest cobots manufacturers in the world. We have more than 50% market share. So UR is the collaborative robots leader in the market. So in terms of the UR Plus, it's one of the platforms that is very useful for user as well as the system integrators. We have 200 over certified UR Plus products and solutions available on a platform that we call Universal Robot Plus into our website. UR recruit a third-party standard available solutions available in the market that we certify them and we bring it to the desk of the users and the developers. Like what I said, UR have one of the market leader on collaborative robots. We have more than 44,000 robots installed globally, and these numbers keep increasing. So, in terms of technology in parallels, right? I started to have the first Nokia phone when I was 19 years old. That was probably 20 years back, and I'm having the Nokia 8310. And today, I believe everyone have the smartphone that you see over here is in the market. And that's how mobile phone industry have been changed for the past 15, 20 years, right? And something that is very recently that happened in automotive market. You can actually see Tesla, which is an automotive car manufacturers, that do things very differently compared to the traditional combustion engine automotive manufacturers, right? They only manufacture electric car, right? They don't do combustion engine cars. While we only do collaborative robots. It's a new family in terms of industrial robots, but we don't do the traditional industrial robots, all right? And you can see technology perspective at the below pictures over there, right? You can see Tesla do have a very nice user interface, right? You are same. What we do is we do a difference in terms of user experience compared to the traditional industrial robots, that we have very nice user interface and very easy to use, very intuitive. And then users or anybody, we believe, can actually learn the programming very easily by using the user interface that we have, which is called Polyscope, right? And there's some things that how mobile industries and the automotive industry works together over here is pretty similar on what we see on the UR Plus as happening. We actually recruit some of the partners that is very good in vision, very good in grippers, very good in tool changes over here. While in the automotive and mobile industry, you can see like Apple iOS CarPlay, right? Android Auto. are providing a solutions into automotive market, right? Into a Tesla, very nice intuitive interface. So for your perspective, the UR Plus do have a plugin that we call UR Cap that also you can actually install into our polyscope programming environment, right? That is how differently UR actually do make robots, cobots technology very easy to use, very intuitive for end user to use. Okay. I'm going to touch on the second topics is applications selections. We're going to talk about case principle. To deploy a cobots, we would like to keep it very simple and sweet. Which is case, we certified the UR Plus solutions, and all these solutions around UR Plus, right, is basically a standard available solutions readily available in the market. It's proven. They might not be using together with collaborative robot at the past, or maybe not robot at the past at all. But today, they actually create apps for UR, and it can integrate seamlessly into a polyscope environment, right? And what good things over here is we certified them, we certified their hardware, their software, to make sure that it is very easy to use, very easy to connect between two company product and solutions together. And that makes the integrations very easy, or I would say very low integrations, all right? So it helps users to reduce the risk when we come to integration, which does not require additional laptop or additional controllers to actually do that integrations. And it can be very easy to put two different company product and solutions together. And that's how the case principle work here under UR Plus solutions. All right. So now, application perspective, you can see that you are actually using in quite a wide areas. And I actually did see in Singapore, we have a certified system integrators, UR certified system integrators, that they have a technology around AI that they can actually program it using a software. And by doing some path planning at the software, you can actually create a code around UR. And they actually have showcased these solutions in urban farming on strawberry harvesting applications. So that is something that's different from the traditional manufacturing areas that where we see robots or cobots deployed a lot, right? So we have application in packaging, palletizing, lab analyzing, machine tending, assembly application, gluing, welding, injection molding, and screw driving applications. But where is the sweet spot of collaborative robots? The sweet spot of collaborative robots that we see, most of the applications that can be used very nicely together with our robots, is areas that you will probably need to have a lot of interactions with people. Area that you don't have much spaces, right? But you would like to have a robotics automation over there. You don't like fencing. You like to have flexible productions environment. So screw driving, machine tending, packaging and palletizing, material handling, pick and place is generally we see a lot of our robots is being deployed. But I'm not saying that other applications cannot be used. It still can be used, but this is generally a guideline on the KISS applications that you could start to explore first and then slowly move on to a much challenging applications. So this is basically the low-hanging fruits that you can explore when you are looking into collaborative robots automation. All right. So I'm going to move to third topic on how we can ensure your ROI. Besides providing the collaborative robots, and you know cobots is actually a very new technology, right? When I joined the company 4 years ago, when I travel to country around the region, when I talk about cobots, a lot of audience, I ask questions, do you know what is cobots, or do you know what is collaborative robots? A lot of my audience tell me, oh, this is my first time to hear about cobots, right? So we do see education is one of the very important change over here that we need to let the market know about cobots. So what we have over here, right? I think especially this period, if you do have some free time and you are working from home, this can be one of the good time for you to actually pick up some skill on robotics. and elevate yourself to another level, right? So you are actually invest a lot in a free e-learning program that we have it for the CV3 as well as the E-series over here. And every one of are free, available for you to join. You can just visit universalrobots.com, look for UI Academy and register yourself. You can actually participate in our online academy, and you will get an e-certificate after you complete the e-learning on the website. Okay. Move to the areas on UR Plus. So UR Plus is a platform that if you visit UR website and you look at the UR Plus tab, you'll see this is like a one-stop shop that you can find multiple solutions, accessories, attachment around the robots, around UR robots that is certified, that's tried and tested by our UR Plus development team. And of course, we also have a professional and direct support from a third-party solution provider that we work with on the UR Plus, right? Beside this, on the UR Plus solutions that you can see areas over here, and you can see there's a few small little bubble over there. So you can see things like grippers, as things like force torque sensors, as things like visions, as things like tools, like welding tools. We also have partners in software, and we also have partners that actually put up the interface. Take example, interface between the CNC machine together with the UR robots. All right. So this is on the component perspective, and UR is moving towards to another areas which end users are actually favoring the most in terms of the applications. So UR Plus have two portions now. One is the UR Plus component. The other areas is the UR Plus application solutions, right? So feel free to visit our website and you'll find a lot of useful information over there. If you need any information, feel free to contact myself or TDS to find out what kind of UR Plus solutions that is readily available for you, all right? And you can see at the top left bottom, all the UR Plus solutions component is all certified by Universal Robots. I'm going to show videos here on how simple you can actually have UR Plus grippers to install. So generally, you can see in the videos over here, you can easily install just a 4-screw for a gripper, and the UR Plus partners will prepare cables for you to hook on into the two connectors that we have at the two flange over here. All right. So at the two flange there is I/O as well as the serial communications that you can actually use it to control your end effectors. So that's how you actually install the plugin that we call them UR cap. So we add in a UR cap over here. So when you purchase the grippers or any UR cap solutions, if they have a UR cap, they will provide you a thumb drive with UR cap, or you can actually download on the website, their website as well, that you can install in the polyscope. All right. Of course, not everything will have UR cap. Example, the accessories like cable change, all these, you does not require a software on it. Okay. So you can see example on the on-robots gripper here, a very simple kind of quick change that's also available. And you can actually program the grippers on off, how much width that you want to control, how much force that you want to control directly over here at the polyscope that you have after you install the UR cap. Okay. So UR Plus will drive the DIY behavior, do it yourself. And I do have customers in Singapore, in Indonesia, in Malaysia, in Southeast Asia region, Australia, New Zealand, are actually deployed the collaborative robots by themselves because of all these function plus the UR Plus available for them to actually like off-the-shelf solutions that they can plug, play, and use it directly. All right. And this will be my last slides. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, and I'll answer that later. Thank you very much. Hand over back to you, Max.
Hello, hi It. Thank you for your presentations. Okay, next I'd like to welcome Mr. Yap from Fuji Hakko. Okay.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Mr. Yap.
Yeah,
so I will be helping you to share your PowerPoint slides. So you just let me know whenever you are ready for next. Okay.
Okay.
1 minute.
Hi, everybody. Good afternoon. I'm Yap from Fuji Electric. Today, I would like to present for the Fuji Hakko HMI digitalization for the factory automation. Max, please go to next. So, first of all, what is HMI for the digitalization? Before that, I would like to explain a little bit of COVID-19 pandemic challenging for our industry. A lot of factory are facing for the manufacturing factory are facing a lot of problems. First of all, they have a limited resource workforce to work inside the factory, and a lot of supporting teams they need to bring to do for the remote, the sort of individual country request in South Asia. So some of factory manager they still consider how to make it excellent for the production manufacturing. So for this solution today we are going to give is our HMI monitoring and interface with IoT that improve for the factory with remote connects. So next please. Next please. So next is a challenge for remote. A lot of existing problem for the existing customer are facing. First of all, they have a post number of factory in the overseas, but their machine is not ready for the internet connection. So they have concern about how to do it and who will do it, and actual cost is how much. What everything they have. That is the customer market are facing of this problem. So next, please. Next, please. So this is for Fuji. We have Fuji Electric Hakko. Actually, we have a low-cost implemented for the digitalization remote monitors HMI. And some of our customer maybe know Fuji. Actually, we have products lineups like the TS series products, V9 series products, and this particular individual product, all they have some remote functioning. For the TS series, we have a VNC function for removing, and a V9 series is for the VPN function. And next is a X1 series. That is latest technology is linked by the window base. Is almost can replace for the PC functioning. That is have going to launch out to the market at least a few months later. Next please. So today I would like to introduce the individual series of products, how they're going to do removing. First of all, for the TS series, you have to select for the VNC servo functioning. This VNC functioning totally is a free or charge. And for the Android phones of Apple app, we already installed our new app on last month, 25th of June. So everybody, you have time, you can upload for this app, and you can going to prepare for the sharing of a remote from your mobile or for your tablets or from your PC as well. So you can do a lot of functioning for this TS series. And of course, the TS panel need to connect with a Wi-Fi router. This is one of the terms you have to take care. So the rest of the cost is almost free of charge. So Mike, go to next. Mike, next please. So this is an application example. Is before implement a VNC server function into TS series. In the factory they have a particular panel, individual panel. They have HMI, and the operator they are going to set up one by one, make the on the power of going to on those interfacing and all by the menus. So after implement with a VNC server, you do not request go to individual panel location to be active for this. You just use your tablet of a mobile of a PC. You can connect with a Wi-Fi router for individual HMI and going to active for auto for the on-off and get running for your machine smoothly. This is one of a good application example for all of you for reference. Mike, next please. So next series for the V9 HMI. V9 HMI is one of the higher levels series. We are introduced for that is a VPN server function. So this VPN function, have you see for the picture? Is factory in Japan, so office in Japan, factory America. Before COVID or what? The ties, everybody need the machine from Americans have problem. Engineer from Japan have to fly over. So a lot of money is spent. And come back the solution, and of course the factory operator is not happy because it's taking a long time to feedback. I believe this VPN functioning installation, you can see there is don't request the engineer to fly over. They can go by the ground system to monitor the particular machine. This particular machine, they have a HMI. Inside HMI, they have a PLC of others major plugs like servo or inverter. We can use this VPN functioning to upload all the ladder program, inverter data sheet, and those of a maintenance error alarms code all can come out with this VPN function go through with the iCloud system. So next please, Mike. So this is a VPN function. They are not only to transfer for the data information. We also provide some of firewall to block some unnecessary hacker to come in to destroy all the information or throw off all the things. And next, this loader function, we also have one CPU, one of HMI can connect one PC to connect with a multi of PLC CPU and connect with a management system with multiple computers. So that's why we need to come up with a 2-channel LAN port support items for this HMI V9 to support for the VNC server. So, okay, next please. So this is the most advanced VPN server functioning. We just created 2 years ago. It is in case some of our clients there is a OEM in Singapore or somewhere else, but they have a machine in many of multiple countries. How to use their own computer to monitor particular machine performance in a particular country of a factory in the overseas. That we have this kind of called the Terrace X research. It is a very high grade of utilized to get all the information go through the OEM manufacturer or go to the HQ factory in somewhere else, and they have multiple factory in Thailand, in China, or in other Americans. They can get it, all the information smoothly to lot of some maintenance job and for the remote control for their production plan or for their monitor for the OEM machine, maintenance for the machine on time. So Max, please next. So some of the sample example, this is a system example with this V9. This V9 actually we do not request for the loaders. Of course, some people want to use the loaders. We cannot deny. They still can use it, but actually, it's don't need a loader system. We just connect it to the VPN server, and this V9 we already have built-in some Wi-Fi feature to connect to these grounds. We call them is a V-power ground to for the information transfer to back to their office of a monitoring size. So from left side you can see there is PLC there. We also have some of camera for speaker also is possible, but we all go with IP code to interface all the signal and go with a V-power and go back to the monitoring side office. Okay, so next please, next. So today we provided of a 30-day free license if some customer is interested about this VPN for the V9. We provide of a free license for 30 days, and you can going to do the test try for this particular function. Of course, after 30 days, that is chargeable. For the cost wise, later on you can check with TDS for that. They already know how to implement for this remote access with V9 VPN solution. Okay, Max, next please. So this is basically we are using an IP connection local. If some of people want to use a local IP, that is also possible. It's not necessarily is using a global IP. That is we also build up for our firewall to protect our data hacked by somebody else. Okay, next please. So this is mention a little bit differences with our competitors, VPNs and Fuji VPN. We are using of a SSL VPN system. So it's some of our competitors in the market more of time they are using for the IPsec VPN. It is a little bit differences is because they need of a VPN loader, either from PC side or for their HMI side. That in case they are used connect it from homes or from their overseas hotel or somewhere else outside from location where he set up for the global local IP connection pace, he requests of an external loader. But for Fuji one, we don't care where are you. That is direct to connect to our V-Power ground to provide our information. Okay. Next, please. So yes, this flow is for our competitor side. They still request for they do not provide a firewall to protect our hackers to come in. From left hand side, you see our V9 SSL VPN we have already built up for the firewall to protect for the hacker to go inside to destroy all the information. Next please. Max, next please. So of course, beside of this HMI is not only to connect with our PLC, we also can connect to the camera, CCTV camera of others or speaker, and also for the other accessible equipment. And this channel we are mentioned to you, we have can monitor is not only of a ladder information for a particular PLC, and we also can do for the VNC for the client, and the network camera software is available to monitor. Go through with our HMI to your management office. Next, please. So this is one of some application example who have been used in Thailand. So Thailand have everybody know they have too much of a Japanese investor over there. And in this period, all the Japanese cannot visit for Thailand because their country border is not open yet. So in this sense, they request us any solution are going to do it. This is one of actual application we are offering for them. We not only install for the VPN function to upload the PLC information go through with the HMI. We also build up for the camera and speaker. And in the office side is the Japan side. The HQ can monitoring for the whole machine performance and also can direct communication with their staff work in the factory in Thailand. Okay, next please. Next please. So the next, this is our latest HMI we call the X1 series. This X1, this is come with a window base, I can say. Today I don't talk about the other window, how good or flexible available things. Right? We are just concentrate for the how we're going to do of remote control. Basically, you can see of your left hand side, we are using a Microsoft Azure MQTT and our open network for the OPC UA. We are using this third-party cloud. It's a famous cloud, and also using free of charge for software MQTT. Up to today, what understanding MQTT is still free of charge. Also with an open network with a more powerful for the security, we are using OPC UA. Max, next please. So this is the back. So please to look at the number 2 on your left hand side on the top. We merge with our IT system. Basically, our H1 is going to connect with Windows and clouds with a public clouds company. Yes, that is the ones we want to show all us. So next, please, Mike. So we are very much concerned for the OPC UA because this data connections base. A lot of multi-international company they are still need to prefer to use back their own server of course, we need to work harder for the OPC UA because this is a factory automation is quite famous network, and some more is an open network as well. And Fuji is really one of OPC premium member. We work very closely with OPC Association to interfacing and getting more applications, sharing the data from our HMI directs to the customer back-end system with this OPC UA system. So next please. Next. So OPC. So this is one of our application we are already tested slowly at the moment. OPC UA is basically we are using OPC UA, and we try to communicate with PLC and some of EtherCAP server to get our data transmission to the management office. Go use for the OPC UA. We are developing on this level, and the next slide we are show to you is how we implement EtherCAP server. You can see from this photo, actually they don't use additional PC to connect to HMI and interface for the EtherCAP server. We are direct to using this X1 to communicate with EtherCAP server. So it's one kind of cannot be said it's PC based because computer PC is more faster speed in cycle time is very fast. So we have done some of actual testing for this, how to make of H1 window-based HMI to communicate with EtherCAP. So for the next slide, please. Next for the next slide. So we have I say we didn't using any PC to link to the X1 HMI. We are just using X1s to download of a backbone TwinCAP 3 and communicate with 4 axes of a server with EtherCAP. So we test with two kind of scenario. One is the scan time, we make it to the 500 microsecond and also a 1 microsecond. The result is proven for the next page. So from here, you will see we are successful for the 500 microsecond. Sorry, 1 microsecond we are successful for get a more. We didn't find any of a command missing. This is we treat it like a normal actual running smooth condition. When we are set our tough time to the 500 microsecond, unfortunately, we still found the command missing. That's why we put our benchmark 1 microsecond for server that for maximum for 4 axes that is available to achieve not only for we can achieve for the tough time to running for our server. So the next page we are next page. Next page. We managed to monitoring for the HMI CPU load factor. We found that when we are running for the 1 microsecond, third we monitoring for the red color point out that is on the top one that is mentioned the CPU load about 30%. Okay, and that is normal. And in case we increase the CPU load factor going to the 95%, with a tough time with a 1 millisecond. It's also same. Nothing happening. It's running at a very normal condition. So that's why we make our benchmark 1 millisecond for 4-axis servo is applicable inside our this latest X1 HMI with back-off twin cap software. So regarding of twin cap software, you can reference to the TDS because there is one of the major to handle for the motion business for the back-off company in Singapore. So next please. Next. So with this feature, what we can get a result. Actually we can replace a lot of a box type controller with a HMI. Like one of them here are using an Omron, and we do not need of a CPU anymore. We just implement our X1 with a twin cap software, and direct to connect with intercap servo. Okay. Next please. Next. So this all is my presentation. If any question, yeah, you can ask me or ask our TDS. We are going to reply to you as soon as possible. Thank you, Max. So Max, I pass to you now.
Hello. Hi, Mr. Yap. Yes, thank you.
Welcome.
Yeah. Hey, Raj, I talk to you again. Okay, call you back. Sure. Thanks, Okay, bye. Okay, bye. Okay, thank you, Mr. Yap, for your presentations.
Hey, welcome.
So next, I will be showing some applications that has been done by our Hakko HMI touchscreens during some of our projects that we have done during our TDS. Okay, to show everyone. So you can take a look. This is it is commonly used with our UR robots. Okay, the communication between the touchscreen and the robot will be Modbus TCP. So in this case, right, you can see that, okay, instead of using the teach pendant to control, okay, because there's a limitation for the teach pendant, you can't select numbers, you can only press specific buttons. So what we do is so this HMI touchscreen becomes like a control panel for the robot. So it will like key in the parameters where the robot should take, the speed required, and everything. Okay, so for this setup, you can see it in our TDS robotic office. Okay, and during our last year IDAC 2019, we also showcase our palletizing robots. Okay, and if you can see, it's a bit small. Okay, on the left side of the robot, that is also a Hakko touchscreen. Okay, where it actually controls the robot. Okay, the amount of focus to pick, and what is the speed, and so on. Okay, and next we also have a project with Mr machines. Okay, so for this project will be a bit more interesting, whereby the Hakko touchscreen, if you can see, is placed flat next to the table. Okay, will be the so-called communications between the robot and the Mr machines. Okay, so it acts like a gateway as well, passing information to the robot and to the machines. And this Hakko touchscreen can also write mini program using what we call like micros. Okay, so there are some settings, some customer requirements saying that, okay, I want some special programming, maybe I want odd numbers of tray to be selected, you know, or in the next event I want to select which number of trays should only be go for testing. So all these can be programmed and preset in the Hakko touchscreen. Okay, so Hakko become like a mini PLC, I would say. Okay. And lastly, we have this IoT projects, okay? So this is also another interesting project where you can see here, this is our IoT training kit, whereby the Hakko touchscreens will have to communicate with our servo motor via serial COM RS485, okay? And the data and the status of the motor will have to be transferred to the screen as well, so that the user can see the speed, the acceleration, and the position, all information about the servo motor on the screens. And not just that, because this is an IoT project, okay, all the data that the motor is receiving, okay, we will have to also display up to the cloud. So this Hakko touchscreen, in other way, it also act like a gateway. You also transfer the data of the motor to the Flexi, okay, via Modbus TCP. So all the data, what we are seeing here in the screen, we can also see in the Flexi clouds. Another good thing about this Hakko touchscreen is it has a data logging functions, okay. So for this screen, you can see these are our mini projects with the IoT projects. Okay, so that's all for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike.
So right now is our Q&A sections. So let us know if you have any questions. You may just key in into the chat rooms. So hi audience, do you have any other questions regarding your robots or Hakko touchscreens? Do let us know. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Okay, if not, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to an end of our webinar. Thank you very much for your participants. I'd like to thank all speakers for your presentation as well. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the program. If anyone has any question or any inquiries, do email us and we will approach to you individually. Okay, thank you and see you on our next webinar. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey,
Goodbye.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.